Good morning, pregame crew. How are ya? I hope you're doing well. Hope you had a great evening. We're opening up to some ADP non-farm employment numbers. We're having a small move down on that. We're still green overnight, just barely on ES. NASDAQ's just a little stronger. Bitcoin standing out overnight. Currently looking for a potential 15-minute higher low. How are y'all? Thank you for the likes and the hearts. How can I help you today? Bitcoin has sold off. If we go look at IBIT, you can really see the sessions a little better. If we look at IBIT and we look at the last 8 sessions starting here, we've sold off at open 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 of the last 8 sessions we have sold off. Bitcoin needs to change its character if it is going to actually make some trend changes and not sell off at open. So Bitcoin's up 3% overnight. We'll see if it can hold its gains once the market opens. That could be a trade idea to sell IBIT or MSTR short it at open, and we'll see how that works out. Hey, awesome. It's been forever. Good morning, Greg. Hey, Rachel. Shake and bake. One-liner. Hey, Paula. Average guy, Hector. Tammy, I hope you're doing well. And awesome. Where have you been? No, I'm kidding. I am on pregame show once a week on Wednesday mornings. I do the live stream in our community chat room, the Market Open, on Tuesday and Wednesday. And I'm there all day, every day, posting my observations in chat. I have a few trade ideas for us this morning. I'm really interested in Amazon. Amazon's on the daily 200 MA. We're looking for a potential monthly higher low. Daily got oversold. Daily still oversold on the daily 200 MA. If the market were to get a bounce going, this is where I would look. We have enough room for a higher low compared to yesterday's low, so I'll be watching this one. Tesla short. Tesla had a very wide range yesterday, and if we look at that range, we are about 40% retrace of yesterday's large range. $23 is the move of yesterday. That is huge. Today, I'm leaning toward an inside bar on Tesla, which Tesla has been anything but stagnant. It has been very volatile. I would think that we could look for a top fish against yesterday's high for sure on Tesla. But at this point, I'm thinking inside bar on Tesla. But again, it hasn't remained stagnant. It's been very volatile. How many inside days have we had? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 inside days since last November. So yeah, the odds aren't very good for an inside day on Tesla. Tesla's been volatile. UNH had news yesterday. So on UNH, we are looking for a weekly lower high, and this is a classic potential weekly bear flag on UNH, and we have a daily rising wedge look. It looked like a 4-hour rising wedge, but we keep getting these little higher highs without a lot of follow through. So we'll see if bulls can get over 47921. I don't have a lot of confidence in these bulls with this weekly bear flag. Great morning to you, Success. How do I feel about puts in the money next week on VIX or UVIXY? I like it, Success. It's just the implied volatility and premium has been pretty high on those puts. So yes, VIX has been making a run for it. We have an hourly equilibrium. If you wanted to top fish 24.75 or 26.35, I'd prefer one up here against 26.35. Looking for you VIXY puts for next week. It could work, just a premium is juiced on those. So we really have to collapse on VIX and have a strong market bounce in order for that to work. Awesome, awesome. I didn't even mean to do that. Good morning, Jungle Cat. Ryan, Shambu. Hey, Quantum. You're welcome. The key to trading is keeping your losses small and focusing on your high conviction setups. Don't take a stab at every trade setup you see. If it's a trade setup that doesn't have a high conviction or a high win rate based on your statistics, then stay away from it. It's very tempting to just take a stab at everything you see, especially for me because I'm looking at so many charts per day, and it's just not the way to make consistent money. You need to wait for those high conviction setups. Hey, Jill. How are you? I haven't seen you in a while. You're welcome, JP. We'll get started here in a minute and a half. Let's see, AVPT. AVPT is a name that Hunter used to ask me about. It has a weekly low or low. We're looking for a monthly high or low. On the daily, this looks like a bear flag, but we're bouncing from the daily 200 MA. I've been watching this one. Not super interested right now, but just watching. Top of the morning to you, Mark. If you had to ask me for one piece of advice in trading to be successful, just one, I would say keep your losses small. And it is literally one of the hardest things to do because taking a loss means you're admitting you're wrong and you want to give it time to play out. And 9 times out of 10, well, I don't even know those odds. Let's just say 70% of the time it doesn't work out. So cutting your losers and staying in winners longer, that's the key to success. All right, we'll look at PLTR and then we'll get started with the show. PLTR lost the daily 50 MA yesterday, but we did hold 78.58. This one looks better than most. We have a 4-hour equilibrium. Really nice 4-hour equilibrium. 90.48 lower high, 78.61 higher low, 88.50. So we will see if bulls can hold. 85.58 is your after hours low. All right, let's get this show on the road. Good morning. Welcome to the pregame show. This is who I am. I'm Chart Gal Lori. If you want to give me a follow on X, that would be lovely. On Wednesday mornings, I do the pregame show to get you ready for the trading day. We start out with this market environment dossier table, and this is just a table where I'm looking at the larger trends on ES up here, and then down here, I'm looking at hourly EMAs. Are we below or above them? And this is just to give me a feel for the overall day. We are more bearish than bullish. We have tech standing out a little bit this morning to the bull side. Otherwise, we're looking pretty red. We're looking for lower highs on bounces. So overall, more bearish than bullish. As far as the economic calendar, we just had the ADP data. We have S&P Global Services at 9:45. At 10 a.m., we have ISM data. And then tomorrow, we have jobless claims. Come on. We have oil inventory today, by the way. Okay, this isn't going to pull up. Friday, we have jobless claims tomorrow, and then we have non-farm payrolls on Friday. Let's look at the markets. Starting with ES. On the daily, we're in a world of hurt on ES. We're looking for lower highs on bounces. Bears have been winning since February 19th. So for 3 weeks, we've had a straight downtrend on ES. Little bounces along the way. 4-hour 12 EMA is firmly overhead. We just lost our hourly support on ES. NASDAQ, we just lost our hourly support. We're rejecting from the 50 EMA up here. We have enough room for a potential 4-hour higher low, but let me remind you that happened here. That happened here. We have made room for 4-hour higher lows, and they have been elusive. Bears continue to win. 4-hour 12 EMA firmly overhead on NASDAQ. RTY, we just got a rejection at the 4-hour 12 EMA. On the daily, we're oversold on the Russell. The small caps have been taking a larger hit on tariff news than our larger caps because small caps suffer more. So they've been taking it in the chin. We are looking for a potential monthly higher low here. And we are oversold on the daily. IWM is green this morning. Yesterday we got a doji candle. You see that upper wick and lower wick of profit taking. So the upper wick of bears selling into it and bottom wick of bulls buying the dip. On daily oversold. Still a doji of indecision. On IWM we are daily oversold. 4-hour has enough room for a potential higher low compared to yesterday's low. If I were looking at indices for a bottom fish, I think the Russell's where to be with the daily oversold. Still, Dow, we are just barely green, sitting on the daily 200 MA. This is what's different about the Dow from all of the other indices. The Dow is still looking for a potential weekly higher low. We're on the daily 200 MA. We're not oversold here on the daily. 4-hour got oversold, and that has not marked that weekly higher low yet. So 42421 is yesterday's low. Bulls could look for a decent risk to reward bottom fish down here, but how are we going to do that with XLF so weak? XLF is a large component, the banks of the Dow, and it is super weak. We have a potential 4-hour bear flag on banks. So that's not helping Dow. If we look at industrials, potential 4-hour bear flag, that's not helping the Dow. So the Dow 42421, we'll see if that can hold today. Looking for that weekly higher low on the daily 200 MA, not looking too promising right now. If it's going to work, it needs to work soon. Hey Wonka, I totally forgot. I showed my face on the webinar last week. So yeah, it is definitely too early. Okay, I pinky promise next Wednesday. Pinky promise. But trust me, my analysis is just as good, if not better, not showing my face because I don't have to worry about any crazy faces that I'm making or if my camera's working. I am just focusing on the chart. So SMH is green this morning. Trump said overnight that Donald Trump, we should get rid of the CHIPS Act. So we'll see if that could help SMH. SMH is more green than other names with that statement. We have enough room for an hourly higher low. Look at this 50 MA rejection on SMH on the hourly. So it's been tough going for semis. We have enough room for a monthly higher low. Daily's not oversold. 4-hour has enough room for a higher low. VIX, we have an hourly equilibrium here. 2475 resistance, support 2244. We need the VIX to sit its butt down in order for the market to get a bounce going. Hang Seng was up 2.84% overnight, and DAX is up 3.41%. So we got DAX and Hang Seng big and green. That's good for the market. And this is also good for the market, Bitcoin. Bitcoin being up. Bitcoin set that daily higher low from the daily 200 MA again. However, we're looking for a 12-hour lower high on Bitcoin. This could be a trade setup going into market open, looking for a Bitcoin top fish. Let's see. Bitcoin has sold off 7 of the last 8 sessions at market open, all with the exception of yesterday. Of the last 8 sessions, yesterday they bought up the open. Otherwise, they've been selling it. All right. I just shorted Bitcoin. My stop is at 90,620. That is where my stop is. All right. Ethereum, and I'm looking for that potential 12-hour lower high factoring in that we've been selling off at open. And if that character changes like it did yesterday, then I will stop out, and that would be a good sign for market bulls if Bitcoin cannot sell off at the open. Ethereum, we're looking for a daily lower high and a 12-hour lower high. Ethereum was actually probably the better short because it's weaker than Bitcoin overnight. Nothing else to add on Ethereum. It's weak. Weaker than Bitcoin, I should say. Dollar is weak. We are really melting down here. Gold is still red despite this dollar weakness. The dollar is hitting the daily 200 MA. We're looking for a monthly higher low. Daily approaching oversold, not there yet. 4-hour is oversold. Dollar is super weak. Gold has a 4-hour equilibrium. Not looking too spiffy right now. I'm going to cover a couple contracts of my Bitcoin short and leave a couple going. All right. So gold, I just muted my computer. 4-hour equilibrium on gold. Daily lower high, the more likely scenario. With this dollar weakness and gold not reacting, gold may be a good short today. Oil inventory today, looking for that weekly lower high. But man, has it just been evading us. 4-hour, we have a double bottom right here at 66.77, 66.75. Let's see if bulls can do something with this. Right now, not looking too promising. All right. Let's go, Gareth. Nat gas tends to get a little squirrely in the morning because you have low volume. Prior to the market open, we are inside yesterday's range. We got a 4-hour downtrend, but bulls are recovering quickly. 4551 is resistance. We have a weekly uptrend on nat gas. Hourly support 4227. I don't have a lot to say about nat gas. I don't like it. I would be shorting 4551. Apple. So Apple's been strong when the market was weak. Once the market started bouncing on Monday, Apple started falling apart. So Apple's rejecting from the hourly 50 MA. Apple could be a short today, looking against 3925. Looking for a bounce to short. However, bulls have enough room for a daily higher low. Amazon, I like long. We are at the daily 200 MA. We are daily oversold, looking for a monthly higher low. We bounced enough yesterday to make room for an hourly higher low. This is my Queen of the Mountain trade. I like Amazon long. Market needs a bounce though. There's that Bitcoin pullback I was looking for. So Amazon has a support here, 203. I like a long on Amazon against 203. Did everybody short Bitcoin? That really fell apart. Good job, guys. I'm just kidding. We don't have enough buying power to move Bitcoin, but that was a great move down. All right, NVIDIA. NVIDIA got a SSR bounce yesterday. It was down 10% on Monday at one point. And if it's down 10% at any point in the day, it's short sell restricted, then short sell restricted for the next day. We are still rejecting at the hourly 50 MA on NVIDIA. We're looking for a potential monthly higher low. Okay, I wasn't supposed to get on this chart. I have VWAP. So let's go back to NVIDIA. So daily's not oversold. 4 hour has enough room for a potential higher low. I like NVIDIA long, but the hourly 50 MA has been a complete nuisance. So 119.31 is yesterday's high. I'd be looking short against that and flip long if we break 119.50. Tesla, we are at the 50% retrace. So earlier I stated a daily inside bar is possible, even though Tesla's not known for daily inside bars because of its volatility. If I had to look a direction, I'd be looking short. I just don't like where it is in the right smack dab in the middle of yesterday's range. I don't like that. I would prefer a bounce to short on Tesla. I don't like it long. So on Tesla, the scenarios, we lost the daily 200 MA. We have a gap down here at 255.28. Bears are in control of this name. Bounces are for shorting. 5 minute, look at 15 minute overbought in the top fish it provided yesterday, right there. Bounces are for shorting on Tesla. AMD has an interesting setup today. We've had outside bars, and I want y'all to look at this. Excuse the drawing. We have a potential broadening formation on AMD. I like AMD short. Dang it. I like it short. I was going to give it up to 103.50 above yesterday's high. Looking, you can see it here too. Looking for a higher high to short on AMD, and it could give it to us. 102.28 would be an aggressive short level, and 103.18, I would give it up to 103.50. LRCX, they have a dividend, ex-divvy date today, okay. On LRCX, we're looking for a potential weekly higher low. And I was looking for a 4 hour higher low compared to yesterday's low on a pullback. I'm covering one more contract on Bitcoin. That was a quick $465 drop. Letting the rest go. Okay, so I like LRCX long, looking for a weekly higher low compared to yesterday's low. Market feels heavy right now. It wouldn't be the ideal setup. On Netflix, we're looking for a weekly higher low. We're at the daily 50 MA. We didn't fill this gap yet. Gap is down at 916.40. Let me set my alert for that. We're looking for a potential 4 hour higher low compared to yesterday's low. And finally, TTD. TTD daily RSI is at 20. It is in the absolute doghouse. We're looking for a potential 3 month higher low. Looking for a 4 hour higher low compared to 64.56. So I like AMD short. I'm going to get rid of LRCX is looking for a weekly higher low. Netflix is looking for a weekly higher low. TTD, this would just be a reversal, a mean reversion trade, looking for a long against 64.56. Not looking too promising right now. I'm not feeling very confident about any of these long ideas. My favorite long idea of the day is Amazon. Looking for a long against 197.43, looking for the monthly higher low at the daily 200 MA with daily still oversold. You're welcome, average guy. I love what I do. Love, love, love. If y'all could hit that like button, I'd really appreciate it. I want to go look at my notes real quick, my Queen of the Mountain notes. It's not going to let me put them in chat. NVDA, GTD. Bitcoin was one of the bullish variables this morning. And the way it's been selling off at open is not very promising. We do have enough room for an hourly higher low on Bitcoin and a 4-hour higher low. The reason for shorting it is we're looking for that 12-hour lower high on Bitcoin, and Bitcoin has been selling off at open. Solana, then I'll wrap it up. Solana looking for a daily lower high, a 12-hour lower high, 4 hours in an uptrend, but that 12-hour looks like a bear flag. Let me measure it real quick. Yeah, that's a potential 12-hour bear flag. Solano's not looking good. There is crypto announcements coming out that could help Solana and ADA and Ripple like it did this weekend. Not looking too great right now, though. Potential 12-hour bear flag. Hey, Dr. Phil. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. I'm going to wrap it up now and go boot up the live for members. Hit the like button. Follow me on X at ChartGalLori and use stop losses.